In this video, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you as an advisor for families. Maybe you're a lawyer, tax accountant, tax advisor, family governance advisor, family coach, you name it. And I will give you a message. Maybe it's a little bit provocative. The advice what you are providing today is gone. Your family don't need you anymore. Why I said this? Maybe you know as better as me, or you see this written in posts and in research documents and stuff like that, that we are standing on the crossroad. And what I mean by this is just, we are standing on a crossroad, we are facing a new generation. And the question is, you are capable, seriously capable, to serve these new generations, these new generation of family members, these new generation of families. They are very different in structure-wise and gender-wise, and they have very little in common with the family, what we have seen in the past. Ask yourself, do you really capable to serve them? And what I mean by this, do you really capable to serve them? In the past, the majority of the advisor world was focused on the assets. Make it seriously, make it very honest. Maybe you was focused on the assets, that you have this in your book, and that it was your main measurement criteria for your own success. That is gone. Why I said this? These new generation have learned. They have learned from the failures at their parent generation, maybe also for the grandparent generation. They have learned that quite expensive family governance advisors, they are sold very expensive documents and plans don't work. They have learned that succession advisory, succession in estate plans, in huge legal documents, please, that you understand me right, yes, legal documents are necessary. But have you asked yourself, and the question have bring in front of the families, can the family live in the plan what you have developed? No, they can't. Because the family is emerging, the family is developing. What you have developed today can't working tomorrow, and also not in 1 month from now. Or you as a wealth manager, please be honest. You manage the money, you manage not the wealth. The wealth is the well-being of the family. And if you are honest to yourself and you ask yourself, do you really serve the family on the well-being, or do you only serve the money? And the question is maybe clear that you serve the money. Nothing wrong on this. But then call yourself a money manager, not a wealth manager. And these new generation have other requests for you as an advisor. We live in an area of AI, and it is very easy for all of us to have access to so many informations. And you have a request maybe on financial advice or estate planning, or you name it. It is easy. You tap all in ChatGPT or Grok or Claude, whatever, and you will get a result quite immediately. Yes, maybe you will respond automatically to me to say, yeah, I work as a specialist and work out all these documents and stuff like that. Yeah, probably. But your client, the family member, the family, have easier access to this kind of knowledge what you want to provide. I give you just an easy example. I had a discussion with a family member. He's in the 3rd generation, and he was in a meeting with his lawyer. And they had a discussion back and forth about legal documents and matters and stuff like that. And he asked his lawyer, what's the thing what you want to provide me and our family? And he gave them the information, and he said, wait a minute. He tapped all in his iPhone and ChatGPT and said, I have it all. It's here. Probably you will respond, yeah, that is not correct, or it's wrong, or it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Why? Because the family member have access, and they can decide by own self, okay, can I use this? And give it to you and say, yeah, let's make it happen for us. Long story short, the discussion with his lawyer was ending in this. He said to him, I need you as an advisor for us, but I need you in another direction. I need you for us as a family, not to guide us to these legal matters. Yeah, that is your space, but help us as a family come together. Help us as a family to execute on our vision. Help us as a family to execute our strategy. Help us on our multi-generational continuity. And the response was amazing on the one hand, but also surprising on the other hand. Was he said to me, I've looked in empty eyes. I've looked in empty eyes because that wasn't on his radar screen. Also, and it is probably the main reason for all of the advisors, and I won't blame it, is to providing service or to serve a family on matters that are very important to them, that is not compensated. The compensation is only on the assets or on the legal documents or stuff like that. So anyway, let's change this together. And what I mean by this change this together is the families of the new generation, they don't need even more longer silo thinking advisors. They need co-architects. They need co-strategists, but with a specific knowledge in one discipline. They need core architects for multi-generational continuity to build up a family of affinity. Have you ever considered the family of affinity as a counter model for the three-generational course, these shirt sleeve to shirt sleeve, or rice paddy to rice paddy, or clock to clock, you name it. It doesn't really matter. Have you ever considered to advise your family, what you serve, how they can implement, how they can build a family of affinity and probably a dynasty of affinity? Do you have so? Why ask you this? The family of affinity is the ground foundation for multi-generational continuity. And the family of affinity is also the main concept to preserve the family dynamically over generations. Please take this information just as an easy example. We are facing an area over the next decade of a declining birth rates. Every family around the globe, and probably also your family, what you serve as a wealth manager, as a private banker, as a lawyer, you name it, they will face declining birth rates in their own family. Do you capable to serve them on this matter? Do you have the knowledge? Do you have the skills? Do you have the right network to work in a collaborative approach? Not what we have seen in the past, working in silos. Do you have the capability to serve the family, to preserve them, not the money, to preserve the family over generations? Ask yourself. The family of affinity is the main concept to preserve the family over generation. And if you preserve the family, automatically, probably, there's a greater chance that you preserve the money, the capital, because the capital is just only supporting the family on his own preservation. So anyway, I will give you just in quick note on this. In the end of May, on 2 days, I've set up the Global Private Council. What is the Global Private Council? The Global Private Council is a very small, intimidated, like-minded cohort of advisors of families. Each of them have their clear ambition to serve the family just even better, to serve them through their real challenges over the next decade, probably over the next 50 or 100 years. I've developed an architecture for families based on the family of affinity. And I will give it to you, these concepts, these architecture for multi-generational continuity to preserve the family on the family of affinity concept, and probably to emerge to a dynasty of affinity with a 1,000-year family vision, or maybe it could be in 500-year family lens. I will give it to you. And we will form a global force of a new generation of family wealth advisors. The focus is on the family wealth, on the family well-being, that they have impact over generations. Because we as societies, that really matter in Germany, in Spain and Switzerland and the States or stuff like that, we need these families. We need these families because they have a strong power in their hands. And they can change a lot for the good things, but also maybe for the bad things. Or no society have any benefit if these families are disappear. And we will see in increasing count more of families with significant wealth. And I don't talk about 5 million or 10 million. I talk about 100 million and above. That's just the new normal, believe it or not. So anyway, that is just an invitation for you. Are you ready to serve the new generation of families or even better? Are you ready to positioning yourself not longer as a technical advisor, but probably as a co-architect, as a co-strategist, as the family and for the family, to help them on a journey over the next century, maybe for the next millennium? Are you ready for this? Maybe it's a little bit provocative. Maybe it's a little bit pushing you. It is necessary, from my point of view, to push something. We need this. We need this kind of change in the advisor world for families. 2 days in Lucerne, in Switzerland, in the end of May, maximum 9 advisors from each discipline in family wealth advising. Lawyers, tax accountants, family governance advisors, maybe family coaches, all of them come together and say, we want to serve the families of the next generation even better. We want to help them to preserve them dynamically. All these topics, what we are seeing today, family office, dynamic succession, the family as an organization, the new form of governance, the family office, and more will be addressed in this kind of architecture. And through this architecture, we set up next cohorts of advisors around the globe. And we work hand in hand with families as a collaborative team to help them to preserve their family and have impact over generations. So maybe there is this kind of video is just more with power. It's more pushing you. It's more considering you about what is happening today. And also, how do you get on a transformation for yourself? How do you get positioning yourself just even better in front of the family, what you serve or want to serve, or get new mandates, positioning yourself as a co-architect, not even longer as a technical advisor. That is just my wake-up call for you. That's also my invitation for you. If you want to have more information on this, please put a comment in the comment section below, and let's have a start in a discussion about this. 2 days in Switzerland, discussioning, not only in a discussioning, but also I give you the architecture. You can walk with your family through this. And you will see that the family of affinity is the main concept, is preserving the family. And just as a side note, that's not new. That is standing in books, and the books are 20, 30 years old. That is not new. And all the best of the best families around the globe use these kind of concept, the family of affinity. That is not rocket science. That is not new. But it is necessary to implement now and help you as an advisor to preserve the family, but also to preserve, in the end of the day, your own business, your own positioning. So anyway, that is just my invitation. That is just my wake-up call for today in this very short video. And let's start in a discussion about this. It is necessary. Until next, be great.